everybody. It's Ron Jackson here, and we're doing a live lesson on triads and their inversions. So I actually played a song called Love Walked In, I think by George Gershwin. And, I wanted to demonstrate a little bit about doing some triads during chord melody because they're so important. And if you have any comments or questions, please ask me. I know today is a Saturday and people are probably out, but this live lessons you can actually watch later if you're not watching right now. This is going to be a replay here on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn of all places. I've never really broadcast during LinkedIn before, so you can watch all this right now. So we're going to be talking about triads and their inversions and how they're used and why they're so important, especially on the guitar. So I actually wrote a lesson out that I'm going to be playing through. You can go to my website right now at ronniemusiclabel.com. It's at the bottom of the banner down here. You can get the sheet music and tabs there, and also you can get a free lesson there if you go there right now. There's a couple of freebies. You have to look for them. They're downloadable lessons. So I just played you a song called Love Walked In. And if you watch carefully when I'm playing that song, let me adjust the mic here a little bit. You can actually see that I'm going like, I'm doing something like this. And what I did was I just did a bunch of major, F major inversions to do chord melody. Then I went to a G7, an inversion of G7, because this is part of the melody. Whatever way you want to play the next couple of chords, G minor 7 to C7. So it's very important to know your inversions to be able to play chord melody, just know the basics of the guitar. So I'm going to be going through all these inversions for you in the key of C. Right now it's in the key of F, but you have to be able to practice these in all keys. So we're going to start off with the basic, some of the basic voicings for like a major triad. But the most important thing to know is that you have to learn how to change any kind of chord to an augmented, to a major, to minor, then diminished, and then augmented. And just a lot of the chords that you play, all the fancy jazz chords that you hear about, or any kind of chord like that, they're all based on all these kinds of triads in different ways and different inversions. So let me show you a couple of things right now. For example, if I'm playing a C major chord, if you can see me like that, okay. Let me put this down a little bit. If you can see me, I'm going to play a C major chord. Okay. And what I'm going to do is this. Put a little cable here a little bit. And what happens is, if I play that chord like this, that's root position, they call it. And this is the first inversion, which is the E on the bass. So the C, E, G, then E, G, C, then G, C, E. So you get all the inversions. So what I'm doing is I'm just playing the inversions of each chord, but staying in position. So what happens is, and then the next thing you have to learn is, first, you should be able to do this not only on a C chord, like open position, but I'm going to be showing you different ways. So I'm going across. You see that? But here's the thing you got to learn. You got to know how to do this in string sets. So for example, if I just start with the second, the third, fourth, the third, second, and first string, first, second, and third string. So that's called E, G, C. That's the top of a C chord open. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is just this. I'm going to go G, C, E, C, E, G. Now this is second inversion. This is root position. Then if I go up the neck, then it's E, G, C, then G, C, E, and then C, E, G. And however you can reach on top here. So those are all your inversions on the first string. So you should be able to do that on each string set, every 3 strings. Watch this. Sorry. It's hard to reach up there, this guitar. Okay, the next one is this. The 4th string set. So that's 4, 3, 2. So that's actually first inversion, a C triad. And if you can reach. Every inversion on these 3 string sets. The next string set is the 5th string root, or 5th string, which is root position. Then I'm going to go do the same thing. C, E, G, E, G, C, G, C, E, C, E, G. You know, then E, G, and however you can reach up here. Then I'm back down. Then you do the 6th string root. Watch this. So this is G, C, E, C, E, G. So that's 2nd inversion. Root position. Then E, G, C, 1st inversion. 2nd inversion, back to root position. See that? So these are real basic things that you have to know on the guitar, especially if you want to do chord melody and really know the guitar fingerboard. Now, if you're watching right now, please subscribe if you don't already subscribe, and follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. Okay, and just so you know, everybody, this class that I'm teaching today is actually sheet music on my website at Ronnie Music Label below. I'm going to show you another banner. If you have any questions or comments about this, please send them to me right now, because I can take questions as well. You can also get a freebie lesson. I'm going to show you that right now. You can get a free lesson right there on my website too if you just go there right now. So what I did was I did the C chord across all 6 strings, and then so I went up on the same string set. Okay, now watch this. Now it's kind of hard to do with the mic, but I'll show you this. What I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to go across the fingerboard. That's very important, everybody. You can't just go up and down. You got to go. Watch me. So you got to connect these across. Now, when I'm playing too with my picking hand, you know, I'm doing hybrid picking sometimes, or I'm just doing hybrid means using my fingers and my pick, or you could use finger style too to get those notes clear across. And sometimes I'm just picking and stopping the strings with my my picking hand. See, depends how much a cutaway you have. So this is very important stuff to learn. Now, so this is just the C major, okay? Now, you got to work on the minor next. So what happens is the minors, you know, if a C minor is just C, you lower the 3rd, and then you play the 5th. So C, E flat, G, okay? Major, minor. One of the things I want to talk to you about really quick is that you should be able to take your basic major chord. Remember, the major is the mother of all, American music that we listen to. You know, there's other countries that listen to different kinds of music that's different. You know, so and you know, a lot of the American music is European based, and it's based on the C major scale. So you got to know the C chord or the major chord and know how to change it to the kinds of chords you want. So the basic 4 shapes that you want to know really well is the major, minor. Now I can't play the diminished here in this part of the guitar, but if I start here, an octave higher, minor, you got to be able to play diminished, which is minor is you lower the 3rd, which is C, E, G. Diminished is C, E flat, G flat. So we call the major 1, 3, 5. Everything is not chains, okay? Then you make it minor, which is 1, flat, 3, 5. And then diminished is 1, flat, 3, flat, 5. And the next shape you should know is the augmented. 1, 3, sharp 5. So those are the basic triads you should know. And I have all these written out, I told you, as a lesson. Now watch this. So you should be able to take any chord form like that and go. Now, if I'm playing an inversion, you should be able to do the same thing. So if I'm playing like a, let's say I'm playing, you can't really do it here too easily because I can only do so many with the open strings. Let's say I play my C, E, G like this. In this chord form, I can lower the third like this and lower the fifth like this, and then I can play the augmented. Now, if I go to the next inversion, I can go like this. Now here's a minor. Now watch this. Diminished. Now augmented. Next string set. Then minor. Then diminished. Then augmented. Now watch this. Now minor. Diminished. And then diminished. Then augmented, excuse me. So, sorry, start again. Major. Minor. Diminished. Now augmented. Okay, it gets trickier on the 6th string, okay? So that's major. That's the 5th in the root. Then C, that's G, C, E flat. Then G flat, C, E flat. And now go back to major. Then make it augmented, raise the G to G. So that's G sharp, C, and E. The sharp 5 is on the bottom. You see that? So you should really know that. Let me see some of the comments or questions. I'm seeing some coming now. This is so cool. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Nick. You deserve way more followers. Oh, I have a lot of followers, but it just depends where. I really appreciate that, Nick. Let me show you that. Right now, on Facebook, I don't have tons of followers. But, on my YouTube, I have like 30,000 subscribers. And on my Instagram, a couple, like 32,000. It just depends where you follow me, and TikTok the most. So please follow me everywhere, Nick. Just follow me, share with your friends my live stream, and you can't have followers everywhere, but people follow me. I meet people all the time on the street, Nick, too, that say, "Hey, man, I know you," because like I have like over 130 or 40,000 followers everywhere. Yeah, it's because I didn't have that many people watching. Love what you're doing. Thank you, man. You know what? It's hard to have people watch you live, and you're talking about jazz guitar subjects, and sometimes 7th string too, Nick. No, I appreciate you, man, and I really, and thank you. That's awesome, and I'm gonna feature my friend Nick, who's watching. So now let's continue with my lesson. So we're gonna continue. So we started with major. Now we're gonna go to minor. So we're gonna do C minor. And instead of C major, I'm going to start from here. Now, what's happening is if I do a C major here, you really can't do it that way. Oh, you follow my TikTok. Oh, cool, Nick. That's great. Great. Nick's a great fan of mine. I really appreciate you, Nick. Let's give a big shout out to Nick. Now, watch this, everybody. So here's a major. We're going to change it to minor now. So what you're going to do next is you're going to do the same thing we did before. You're going to do 3 strings at a time. Watch this. So C minor, then first inversion, E flat G, C, then second inversion, G, C, E flat, then back to the octave, and then you're going to go. Let me remove your comments so people can say that, see my fingers. Watch this. Okay, and look at this. I want to make sure you guys can see my fingers good because some of the banners are getting in the way. Watch this. So watch this. So I can't reach that down here because you can't, with the open strings, you can't play these notes. Now here's the next version. So that's E flat, G, C, then G, C, E flat. First inversion, second root position. First inversion, second inversion, root position. Can't reach that too well on my jazz guitar. Now you're gonna do fifth string root. Oh, you're welcome, Nick. Yeah, this is good because you know what? What happens is if you pick up my a lot of people will look at my lesson, Nick. That he's saying that it's cool that I'm sharing all my knowledge with everybody. What happens is some people won't be able to follow, so they'll have to check out my music on my website. So it's good. And some of my students are already on Patreon. If you want to follow my Patreon, everybody, you get a week for free, for example. If you go to my Patreon, these things are all free, and this and my patrons actually get all these lessons for free, so they can watch the video with the lesson. But on YouTube, the lessons are given away for free, so it can be hard to follow. So if you have the music, it's much easier. So go to my website right now and get a copy for yourself, Nick, if you're watching. And let me show what Nick said. I used to play. It's been years. I picked up my guitar. Super cool to watch. Yeah, go pick up your guitar, Nick, and check out my lessons online. So let me continue. So here's a C minor on the fifth string root. Now I'm going to do. Now it's the same thing. So it's C, E, G now. Then E, G. Oh no, C, E flat, G, E flat, G, C, and then watch this. Now G, C, E flat. It starts again. Watch that. It's too high. So those are all of the inversions of the C minor on the fifth string root. Now the sixth string root gets trickier. So you have the fifth on the bottom here. E, G, C, E, G, E flat. G, C, E flat. Hard to do this live. C, E flat, G, E flat, G, C, G, C, E flat. Okay, so those are all the inversions of C minor in the key of C, okay? So now, the next one is even more difficult. Now, to me, this is trickier than most of these inversions, is the diminished triad. So the diminished is 1, flat 3, flat 5, which is in the key of C, C, E flat, and G. So watch this. So that's a diminished. So you have to remember, you have to know how to make a major minor. Okay, and then let me put this cable up a little bit for you guys. And then watch this, and then you're gonna do and then you're gonna go and make it minor, and make it diminished. So now I'm gonna start with diminished on the first three strings. So it's C, E flat, G flat, then you're gonna go E flat, first inversion, G flat, C. Now watch this. Now G flat, C, E flat, then C, E, G, C, E flat, G flat, then E flat, G flat, C. So those are your versions of the diminished chord on the first three strings. I'll go back down. My mic moved. Sorry, guys. Let me tighten that up a little bit. So look at this. Here's the second inversion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. My mic moved, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, my mic was moving while I was playing. Sorry about that, guys. So let me fix that. So watch this. This is a 6-string root now. Watch this. Okay. Now, let me go. So this is G flat, C, E flat, then C, E flat, G flat. Then next inversion, first inversion, E flat, E flat, G flat, C, and then G flat, C, E flat, then C, E flat, G flat. So those are all the diminished arpeggios, okay, on the 3 different string sets. Sorry about the glitch with the mic moving. This is not a dynamic mic. This is just a regular talk mic that I have going through my mixer. But my live streams are so much better now with this kind of setup. I appreciate you guys watching my new live stream, okay? Thank you, Nick, for helping me out. So here's the next set. So we did major, which is 1, 3, 5, or C, E, G. Minor, which is C, E flat, G, or which is 1, flat, 3, 5. And we did diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5. Those are the basic things you need to know about chords, okay? The triads on the guitar. And we do them on string sets. You know, we're going to do them on string sets 1, 2, and 3, then 2, 3, 4, then 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5, 6. And that's how you practice these. So you can really learn the guitar neck, okay, everybody? Let me turn the mic up a little bit, too, so you can hear me without me losing you guys. So watch this now. So now I'm going to do the augmented. Now, the augmented is only 1 note difference now. You're going to play a major triad. So let's say you're playing a C chord. You're going to raise the 5, C, E, G, to a raised 5, which is a G sharp. So that's a little easier than the other chords. It's kind of symmetric, the augmented, okay? So if I'm playing a C chord like this, open strings, the first 3 strings, I just raised the G to a G sharp. So it's going to be G sharp, C, and E. Then I'll do the same thing here. Okay, that's C, E, G sharp, then E, G sharp, C, and then G sharp, C, E. These are all inversions of the augmented chord on C. So watch this. All inversion. Now, next string set. If you have any questions, please ask. I see a lot of people watching, but not enough questions. And again, thank you for following me. This is completely live right now. And what I'm doing is triads and their inversions. They're very important to know how to build chords on the guitar or on any instrument, everybody. If you play piano, vibraphone, whatever you might be playing, xylophone. You know, on the guitar, it's very important because I was showing you earlier, you could do this, if you know this really well, you can do a lot of great chord melody and chord soloing just because if you know all your basic triads. Now, the next triad string set is the augmented starting on the 4th-string root. So here's a C major triad, first inversion, just raise it. So that's E, G, C, just going to raise the G to a G sharp. Then I'm going to go up and do the same thing, G sharp, C, E, and then I'm going to hit C, E, G sharp, and then E, G sharp, C, and then G sharp, E, no, G sharp, C, E. Now, what's really interesting is you see how I'm saying the notes. I actually know what the notes are on the guitar neck and how to find them. You should know whenever you're playing anything on your instrument. If you really want to get serious about performing and being a proficient musician, you should know all the notes you're playing everywhere on the neck. See? So I can stop and tell you the notes I'm playing. Way up here, you know, without any tabs or anything. Just okay. So it's very important to know your neck really well. All the notes on the guitar neck on the fingerboard. Okay. Now the next one is C, E, G sharp. So I'm going to go raise that up to make it augmented. Then I'm going to go next inversion. You know, it's E, G sharp, C. Then G sharp, C, E, and then C, E, G sharp, and then E, G sharp, C. Then the last string set is actually a C major, second inversion. So that's G, C, E. Okay, so that means that the fifth is in the bass. Now, these are really great chords to learn when you're playing. If you know all this stuff already, it's great for when you're doing arrangements that I write, for example, that I don't like to use just the root when I'm writing a guitar arrangement. So look, I'm going to raise the fifth now. So the augment is on the bottom now. So the fifth's on the bottom, sharp 5, so it's going to be G sharp, C, E, and then, watch this, then C, E, G sharp, and then E, G sharp, C, and then G sharp, C, E, and then C, E, G sharp. You see it? This is tricky. So those are all your triads and inversions on the guitar neck. But here's how you're going to practice them too. Like I said earlier, you're going to have to learn how to play not only up and down, but across this way, which looks up and down, but on the guitar neck it's really across. And this is up the neck as the pitch goes up and the pitch goes down. So watch this. So here's a C inversion. Watch what I'm doing. This is all C major inversions across. You have to be able to do this. See that? I don't have 24 frets or have a big cutaway here, but you get the idea. Now you have to do the same thing with your minor chords. Watch me. As best as you can reach. Let me go back here. Now watch this. See what I did? Now you do with diminished. The diminished is much harder. I think it's harder with just the 1, flat 3, and flat 5, which is C, E flat, and G flat, to play the diminished on the guitar neck across. Watch. See that? Tricky. Watch me. All diminished chords. Let me go back up. Let me go up here. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh. So those are all diminished across the neck. Now the next set is actually augmented. So that's easier. Watch it. It's so symmetrical. You just got to make sure you know where you're at. See that? So if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, this is all about triads and inversions that you can find on my Ronnie Music label. You can get a freebie lesson right now over there as well. It's called Triads and Inversions. All the string sets. Okay, and this is like a thorough lesson about that live for you. It's for my friends who pick up this sheet music, and also my patrons on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Ron Jackson Music. I can show you the banner. And join my my Patreon and get and get all these lessons for free. Actually, see if I can find that Patreon banner. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to play a song for you using inversions, things like that. Okay, look, you can get 7 days free access to my Patreon as well, right there at the bottom. So, please send me a comment if you have any, or follow me if you don't right now. That's my live lesson on triads and their inversions. You have to really, I had to practice this before I came on the show today, and it's hard to do this stuff live, and say each note. Imagine yourself trying to do that, even if you're a teacher, to play and talk and do a live stream. But it's great to do this. You can come back and watch this live stream anytime you want on my YouTube channel. I'm going to leave it up on my YouTube. I don't know if I can leave it on my LinkedIn channel. And also, I'm going to leave it on my Facebook page. So you can watch this. The quality is so much better now. I'm using an iRig Pro stream that has me going through my mixer and my amp directly through the internet. So my streams are so much better now. Sometimes the mic gets out of the way, but those are small technical difficulties. But please definitely follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music, and come see one of my performances. I'm going to play you a song right now. I'm going to see if I can use some triads and things like that, and some of the inversions that I went through in my live lesson right now. And I'll come back to you at the end. Hold on. Let me think of a song that's cool for you. All right, everybody. That was called I Should Care. It's funny because I play 7-string guitar a lot. Sometimes I'll be playing and going, where am I? Am I playing a 6-string or 7-string? You know, so I have this thing called missing string syndrome where I play and I think, oh, wow, that note is not a 7-string. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and thank you very much. Please follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. You can watch the replay of this. And thanks again for Nick and everybody who followed me. And if you if you enjoy what you heard, you could also super chat me here on YouTube, and you can go. There's some other ways that you could donate. Subscribing to my channel helps me create content like this for you guys in the future. Okay, so please subscribe and share my live streams, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, that really helps everything. Oh yeah, great. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Nick sent some stars on Facebook, and I really appreciate that, Nick. And yeah, I'll check, Nick, and I'll let you know if I didn't get them. Okay. And I appreciate you guys watching, everybody. And I have more content like this coming up very soon in different ways. I'm going to be going through all my lessons that's available on my store, making it into a live lesson that is available for my fans who purchase these lessons, and also to my patrons who have about 34 or 35 patrons on my Patreon. You can get a free 7-day access to that too. So remember, everybody, follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music, and I'll see you one of my upcoming shows. I'll be doing a show at St. Peter's Church. That's the next public event on March 24th, and then I'm doing a live workshop at lessonguitarmasters.com, jazzguitarlessons.com, or no, jazzguitarmasters.com on March 28th, so a Thursday. So come to one of those events, and you can find me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music, and I'll see you guys very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.